Hello gorgeous queens, how you doing? I trust you all are doing great. In today's video we are going to be making a whitening base cream. For those of you that don't know how to make a whitening base cream, here is a video for you guys. I know you all have been requesting for this, and this video has been sitting pretty on my gallery, so today I decided to edit it and post. So the first ingredient you're going to be needing is your EWAS, your emulsify EWAS. You're going to be needing 6%. So watching this video right now, I think you need a pen and paper to jot down. The next ingredient on our list is cetyl alcohol, then stearic acid. So cetyl alcohol, you're going to be needing about 3%. Stearic acid, you're going to be needing 3%. EWAS, you're going to be needing 6%. Okay, so this is your oil phase. So we're going to be dealing with oil phase first before moving to the water phase. Okay, so these are the three emulsifiers that you need. Okay, your cold emulsifier, your everything is on the list. Okay, so next we are going to be needing sodium EDTA, or the sodium EDTA, whichever you call it. So we're going to be needing about 0.2% of this. So this is going to be dissolved in our oil phase. Okay, I know this video is going to be a bit chaotic because while editing this video, I just wanted to edit it and just get it done with, because I was really, it wasn't straight. Okay, so but I'm going to try my best to explain this while doing this voice note. So you're going to be needing sodium EDTA, or the sodium EDTA, very very important. Next is your sim white powder. So for those of you that keep asking me, is sim white powder soluble in water or oil? Sim white powder is soluble in oil. Okay, so this is the color of sim white powder. So if you got a type that is purely white and you refuse to dissolve in your solvent, I'm sorry, I don't know. So this is the sim white powder that I know. About the other one, I do not know. Next is allantoin powder. This is our anti-irritant. We are going to be needing 2% of this, and this is water soluble. We are going to be using giga white powder. We are using, I think, 2% as well. Giga white powder is soluble in water. All right, so we're going to be using 2%, and this is an original powder. So, and trust me, this base cream can actually serve as your lightning body lotion without promising it. So just that if you want to promise it at the end of the day, you know what to add. Probably I'll be telling you. Next is alpha butane. We're going to be using 2% of alpha butane, and it's soluble in water. So next is sepia white MSH. Now sepia white is different from sepia white MSH. So in this case, we are using sepia white MSH because it's a bit stronger and more potent in body lotion. So we are using 2% of sepia white MSH, although it's quite expensive, but it's worth it at the end of the day. Next is MSM. Okay, you can take a screenshot. So we're going to be adding this powder in our body lotion. And guys, you can do your research about all of these powders that you're not familiar with, because with this video, right, like I said, the video is quite, this editing is quite chaotic because I just have to cut everything short, just kind of show you guys what we have and the process of making your whitening base cream. Next is sunflower oil. We have mango butter, we have shea butter. So we want this body lotion to be very very moisturizing, very thick, as to why we use the EWAS and cetyl alcohol, the percentage that we used, because we're going to be promising it, right? Next is argan oil, German plus preservative. Guys, I'm just calling it out now because at this point I cannot even remember the percentage, but you guys know. Essential oil, we are using papaya essential oil 0.2. We are using German plus 1%. We are using what else? Mango butter, we are using 3%. Shea butter, we are using 2%. Here's our distilled water. You need distilled water. You can also use rose water. Okay, so next thing we are going to be doing is dissolving or double boiling our oil phase and our water phase at the same time. So the first thing I'm doing, I'm measuring out all my ingredients into my beaker. Is that English correct? I do not know. You guys know me, I have issue with English. It's not my first language, so you have to pardon me. So we're going to be using double boiling method to double boil our oil phase and water phase. So here I am measuring out my oil phase. Guys, I have filmed this video over a month ago. Okay, so I haven't had time to edit it. So just in case the explanation is not quite clear, just understand that it's been a while. So I'm trying to like look at my formula while doing this voiceover. So when measuring out your oil phase, your butter, your emulsifiers has to be in one beaker, and your oil, your carrier oil. So mind you, most of the powder that we are using are quite heat sensitive, and then you need to measure out your oil and leave some behind to dissolve your oil, because you cannot just pour in your powder inside your oil phase like that. So you have to leave some oil behind. That is after measuring out the quantity of your oil. Do you get my point? And then sunflower oil is about 6%. Yeah, you're gonna be needing sunflower oil 6%. And here measuring out my distilled water, and then I'm going to dissolve some of the powders that I need to dissolve. And then here I am adding in my disodium EDTA. Is water soluble, and trust me, it doesn't take 30 seconds for your powder to dissolve, like dissolve very, very easily. So I'm going to dissolve that and before double boiling, although I think I still have some powders and I might need to add into this. Guys, we're just going to watch this together, because at this point I cannot really recall how this video went. Next, I'm measuring out my argan oil and then my Sepi white MSH. So I'm going to be adding that into another beaker with an oil, although I'm going to be heating it up. But when heating up your powder, you have to be very, very careful. You can even decide to just boil water and put your beaker inside the water without putting it on the gas, because when I say most of these powders are heat sensitive, you don't want to overheat it. Okay, so you don't want to overheat it, because if you do that, you're just going to be canceling out your ingredient potency. So here is my powder in my oil. You can see that it has dissolved very, very well. So that means that these powders can also be used in your lightning body oil. Sometimes it's not just about promising and promising and promising. There are powders that you can use in your oil, in your lightning oil, your whitening oil. There are other powders that are very, very strong when it comes to whitening. So if you are part of those that have taken my training of recent, you will notice that there are so many powders there that you are not familiar with. They are quite different. So, and when you have these powders in your oil, your body lotion, trust me, you don't necessarily need to promise it. So most of the time, a lot of people promise and promise and promise, thinking that that's what will give them the best results. If you are using the right powders, your product will definitely work. So that's why you have to do a lot of research. You have to keep learning, because I am still learning and I still teach. So it means that I am not comfortable at the stage where I am now, because I need to get more knowledge. If it's something I want to make money from, why not? Do you get my point? So this is my water, just dissolving other powders that are water soluble, and I'm going to set this aside. This is not the water I'm going to be double boiling, although I'm going to heat this up a bit, but this is not the water I am going to be double boiling. I think at this point I already have my oil phase and my water phase on the gas on the double boiling method. Okay, so that can heat up before pouring both together. So like I was saying, you have to always do your research. There are powders, trust me, there are powders that are very, very strong, but the main thing is these powders are quite expensive. You can actually buy most of this powder, like 50 grams, for about 150k. That's about $100 for 50 grams. But if you know your customer base, you know the people you are formulating this product for, it's worth it at the end of the day. Okay, it's worth it. So if you want me to talk about some of these, you can leave a comment. Probably I'll just take my time to, you know, talk about skincare a bit with you guys. So this is me, you know, pouring my oil face into my water face, and this is the process of the emulsion. So at this point you have to keep stirring until your lotion gets thicker and a bit cool before adding in your preservative, your vitamin E oil, and a lot more. So there are some serums that I added into this lotion, so I'm going to be listing it under the description box for you guys, so you can just go through it there. I'll also try my best to see if I can write out the ingredients that we use and the right percentage, because after this I added in my promising oils that I mixed together. So I'm going to be listing that out. And if you also want to train on skincare, we have promise training, we have basic training for beginners. Trust me, we have done so well in our formulas, and it's not your regular formula, it's not your regular training. Like, this is different, is unique, and it's just the best. Okay, so if you want to train with us, send us a DM. I'll leave my number on the screen. And if you also want to purchase our skincare products in wholesale and in retail, we also sell this product. If you want to buy a whitening base cream, our price starts from 1 liter. You can see the active I added in this. So when I give you the price, please do not blame me, because ingredients are quite expensive, they are not cheap. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Do well to like this video, share, comment. Bye.